Would you please stand to welcome the St Andrews International School Class of 2020. Please remain standing for the national anthem, sung by Lauren Sims, and the invocation. Please welcome Deputy Head Girl Nicole Wong, who will come forward for the invocation.
On this special day, I'm so glad to be able to have the opportunity for this moment to happen, no matter the circumstances. Please join me while I say a prayer for this year's graduates, class of 2020. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you today with a heart of gratitude. We pray for our graduates and lift them before you. We couldn't have done it without you. Although this year didn't go as planned, that didn't stop us from getting done what needed to be done. We thank you so much for these great opportunities we love and for the work that you continue to do in our lives. They are a gift to us and to so many others. And during this season of new beginnings, we ask that you would make our way clear. We ask that you would keep our footsteps firm and remind us that you are with us always. May we sense the freshness of your Spirit over our lives in amazing ways, and may they be strengthened and instilled with hope for the new roads you have in store. I pray that you continue to guide and protect us as we journey onto the adult world and start new lives, whether it is in college, on the work field, or any other plans we might have for ourselves. I pray that the graduating class of 2020 never loses focus of our future. We love you and we praise you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Mr. Brad Smith, Chairman of the St Andrews International School Board of Directors. Our guest speaker, Mr. Kenton Merinar. Ms. Jessica Waugh, Vice Principal and Head of the Primary School, Mr. Ben Foley, Director of Academics, members of the Board of Directors, faculty, parents, guardians, alumni, in particular, alumni from the classes of 2010 and 2000 who are assisting in this evening's ceremony, students and friends of St Andrews, good evening. Welcome to the St Andrews International School Grade 11 graduation ceremony for the academic year 2019-2020. It's a pleasure to be standing here in anticipation of graduating the class of 2020. St Andrews International School has recently consulted with the community to revise our guiding statements, the vision, mission and objectives that signpost our journey and guide our daily work. Our updated vision is that we will be a school dedicated to building a diverse community of lifelong learners to be a force for positive change through ethics and excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that this work is already underway, as these are some of the attributes of the 44 students graduating this evening, and they've been developing as learners at St Andrews International School. They have countless years of study at St Andrews, and most are not finished with their formal education, which is a good thing. This graduation ceremony is important in so many ways and to so many people. Parents, grandparents, guardians, family and friends of the class of 2020, thank you for supporting your graduate every step of the way. Know that your sons and daughters are well prepared for what lies ahead as they navigate the present and the future, with the self-confidence gained from the successful completion of their studies at St Andrews International School. The St Andrews tradition is that we first recognise those who have supported you, the class of 2020, and have contributed to you being where you are today. So first, parents and guardians. The learning journey isn't over for your children, and today, on behalf of your children, a heartfelt thank you for everything that you've done and will continue to do to further support your child's educational journey. Parents and guardians, please stand. A round of applause, please, for parents and guardians from the class of 2020. The St Andrews faculty and staff, from the Early Learning Centre through to Grade 11, are also watching with us this evening to celebrate with our graduating class. Class of 2020, these are the hard-working, passionate, dedicated professionals that have encouraged each of you to think, to analyse, to problem solve, to ask questions and to question answers, to balance your academics with other commitments and to always demand more of yourself and of others, to think in terms of truths, values, ideals and aspirations, to find your voice and to speak out when you feel it is needed, to inspire action and to promote a global vision, to ensure that you have the skills and knowledge to succeed in a rapidly changing world. St Andrews faculty, would you please stand to receive another round of applause from the class of 2020. Class of 2020, the ceremony today is but a brief moment in your lives, but we all hope the memory of your time spent here at St Andrews will indeed last forever. But you didn't tune in this evening to listen to me. The class address will be made by two members of the graduating class who have been chosen by their peers. Would you please welcome Laura Carroll and Gerald Williams Bartlett.
Mr. Bradley Smith, Chairman of the St. Andrews School Board of Directors, Member of the St. Andrews School Board, Mr. Gordon McKenzie, School's Principal.
Mr. Ben Foley, IB Coordinator, Mr. Kenton Marinard, Guest Speaker, faculty, staff, parents, and the class of 2020, good evening. Both Laura and I are honored to have been selected to deliver our 2020 class address. For many of us, our journey began here at the St. Andrews School ELC 14 years ago. We had such fun times on this very playground. Do you recognize any of these faces? Madison, Dylan, Jamie, Mark Anthony, Aiden, Jackson, Nicole, Summer, Teddy, and of course, Laura and me. I wonder how many of us can actually get on these monkey bars now. Well, we sure tried. During our primary and high school years, we were joined by the other members of our 2020 graduating class and have formed lasting bonds and friendships that we will take with us as we continue our journeys through to the next phase.
So first things first, I just want to say congratulations to everyone. We did it. We did this after a long, hard, challenging, stressful, sometimes feeling never-ending, but amazing 14 years. We did it. We finally made it. This year's been nothing like any of us could have ever imagined. But despite everything changing and a huge amount of disappointments, look at how far we've come. Look at us now. We overcame everything going and killed it.
Yes, we worked so hard and waited so long for this, our graduation day, and all the activities that would have led up to this day. Who would have ever thought that we would have had to finish our year amidst a health pandemic, following protocols like remote learning and gathering, social distancing and masks? During unprecedented times such as these, we may often have the tendency to ask the question, why? Why couldn't things be normal, at least for our graduation day? But I say to you, why not? In the words of Art Linkletter, things turn out best for the people who make the best out of the way things turn out. And so it is in situations like this that force us to draw on our strength, adaptability, and resilience. It's situations like this that force us to be thinkers, problem solvers, and innovators. All graduates of 2020 will go down in history as the first group to pull off virtual ceremonies. Yes, we all embody these attributes, which have been reinforced here at St. Andrews through our formal education. And we owe so much to the staff and faculty at St. Andrews who have guided us, taught us, and encouraged us to grow and develop into the people we are today, ready to face and conquer the challenges ahead.
As Jerry said, we owe so much to our teachers. The past 14 years of our lives at St. Andrews have been wonderful. Yes, of course, just like anywhere else or any other school, there's been times where we thought we were going to rip every single piece of hair out of our bodies. And times where we didn't think that we were going to be able to push ourselves any further and just felt like giving up. But there was never a time where that was going to be our reality. And that's all because of the amazing teachers that pushed us and pushed us and pushed us to the best of our abilities. Even when we thought we couldn't go any further, they knew we could go further.
We will never forget walking into business with Miss Gator and seeing everyone's desk apart and hearing her say, laptops out and books away, and immediately knowing that you're screwed because you completely forgot about her test. We will miss our entertaining conversations with Mr. Rogers and Miss Connolly, who always allowed us to vent and supported us with good lunchtime advice. Miss Gomez and Miss O'Regan had their work cut out for them, pushing us through math. I'm sure we will have to buy hearing aids for Miss Peterson after the grueling sound she experienced coming from our instruments. Mr. Coyle always kept us laughing with his jokes. Remember our smile for the picture moment? Miss Adderley, who would always just pop up out of nowhere and tell us to stop wasting time and go study. Mr. Cooper, thanks to you, we we will always remember The Bells by Edgar Allan Poe. We will also miss hearing Mr. Gator saying, "You the man," and trying to swing him for a pay you tomorrow slushie, and then trying to duck him when tomorrow came.
And of course, our Miss Bodie. The one who listens. The one who we can all go to when we just didn't know where else to go or what path to take. Laughing with friends till we couldn't breathe and our heads hurt, or walking into the school shop to complain, laugh, or when you felt like you were going crazy. Talking to Miss Angelique, Miss Destiny, and Coach Katie about a prom that's not even gonna happen. Or just because you know that they'll always make you laugh. Having those after class or after school talks and laughs with everyone's school mommy, Miss Gator. These are the memories that we're gonna look back on and laugh and miss so much in 20 years. Or when we're old and gray. All of you are the reasons why we can look back and remember how amazing our journey has been. So thank you. Thank you for not giving up on us when we showed up to class, but no one completed the assignment that was due on Friday. Thank you for not giving up on us when we just needed a break and wouldn't let you get through anything as we talked for an entire lesson. Thank you for knowing your worth, and that we would make it, because I am sure some of you had your doubts.
We are so grateful to our parents for all their love and support. Without their constant nurturing and encouragement, we would have never had the opportunity to succeed. Our parents are our pillars of support and the wind beneath our wings. We are so grateful for you. So, as we close this chapter and embark upon the challenges and the fulfillment of our dreams, and as we continue to turn the pages of time, let's all be proud of how far we have come and who we have become. Let's be proud of all of our accomplishments. Let's be grateful for the love and support of our parents and families. Let's be grateful for our teachers, our friends, and most of all, let's cherish all of the wonderful moments that we have made over the years. In spite of the current pandemic, this is still an exciting time as we celebrate our accomplishments and to look forward to our exciting futures as we continue our journeys.
The memories we've created as a class are memories that will last us a lifetime. Who could ever forget the Canada trip and keeping Miss Angelique up all night for the internet while eating all of her Twizzlers? Who could forget all the primary school field trips and feeling like nothing could stop us as we walked onto the fire truck in pre-reception? Or playing the recorder and feeling so proud as the little tiny colorful rope was tied around it? And the island school trips, getting covered in mosquito bites? Today marks the day of something new. Today one book closes and the other one is just starting. This new book in our hands, we are the authors. We're the authors to create something amazing, because thanks to all of the amazing help, support, and guidance we've been given along the way, this is our time to shine. This is our time to reflect on all the memories.
In closing, we would like to leave you with the words of a well-known quote by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. We all may be going our separate ways today in the pursuit of our respective career paths and goals, but we will always be connected through our St. Andrews experience.
As this chapter closes, and we reflect on all of the memories, friendships, and good times made, we realize that there's no other group of people that we could ever imagine or would want to have taken this journey with. It has been anything but easy. But we are the unbreakable, overcoming class of 2020, and we made it.
Yes, we made it. Congratulations and best wishes to our class of 2020.
Our Deputy Head Boy, Aidan Lowe, will now introduce this evening's guest speaker.
Kenton Marinard is our guest speaker for today. Kenton Marinard was born on April 23rd in 1993 in Nassau, Bahamas, to Keenal and Michelle Marinard. Kenton Marinard is a class of 2010 alumnus and also a 2011 IB graduate. He joined the Hurricanes family as a scholarship student. While at St. Andrews, Kenton has contributed to the Hurricane community, serving as house captain for the Arawak House, student government president during the 11th grade, and head boy of St. Andrews School. He was also appointed as the first student liaison to the school board of directors. In his senior year of high school, Kenton formed the St. Andrews Scholarship Student Alumni and Student Association, which aims at supporting the scholarship program and its members, while also supporting the wider alumni efforts of the school. The organization has raised over $5,000 for the scholarship program through various events and fundraisers. He currently serves as chairman of the organization. Upon graduating, Kenton received a Bahamas National Merit Scholarship to attend the University of Richmond. There he studied biochemistry and molecular biology with a concentration in healthcare management. In his career, he has interned as a health and science education policy analyst at the Bahamas Embassy in Washington, D.C. After his brief stint at the embassy, Kenton served as a National Institute of Health funded research technician at Albany State University in Albany, Georgia. In this role, he conducted prostate cancer research with a focus on rapid diagnostics techniques. He has published 2 scientific journal articles on his research and has presented at several international conferences. Currently, Kenton serves as a project manager and coordinator for a NASA grant, which provides opportunities for STEM outreach in underserved communities. In his spare time, Kenton loves to mentor and travel. He currently serves as the lead mentor for the Brighter Horizon Foundation in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He was recently accepted into a master's program in translational medicine at the City College of New York. Kenton hopes to return to the Bahamas to serve his country. Please welcome Kenton Marinard.
Good evening, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. It is a privilege to address the class of 2020. 10 years ago, the class of 2010 did the exact same thing that you're doing today. But today is about you, the class of 2020. So what can be said to the class that has matured in such a turbulent time as today? A time when a global pandemic has made the entire world come to a complete stop. A time when all of our travel, senior year plans, and even graduation plans have been scrapped and replaced with a prolonged vacation in our homes. A time when the word quarantine is no longer just the title of a movie, but has now become a part of our everyday life. 2020 has revealed the frailties and inequalities that exist within our society. Disparities that have existed for many years. Images of protests against racial injustice and police brutality have dominated social media platforms. There is simply too much things happening. The comforts of our former norms are no more, and a new norm must be forged. So, what guidance can be given in such a novel time as this? The truth is, no one really knows the way forward. There's no foolproof plan or book of best practices for what's next. Experts are still at odds on how to proceed. I, however, believe that the only way to do so is through a united effort. A united effort means everyone plays a role, and that includes you. As members of the class of 2020, you all have a unique experience that creates a worldview like none other. Your perception is a necessary contribution that should never be taken for granted, not even by you. I get it. This places you guys in an uncomfortable position. But in all honesty, we're not asking you to do anything that you guys haven't done before. All your lives, you've shaped your destiny by making decisions for yourselves. Decisions such as ordering the best thing on the CAF's menu. Now, I did ask a number of you what the best thing was, and the answers varied from chicken tenders and fries to macaroni, pork chops, and peas and rice. And while Philly cheesesteaks did make the top 10, Your responses suggested that you couldn't go wrong with a simple bottle of water. You also decided whether or not to go to class, and more seriously, where to duck class when the first response was, don't go. Your class's response to this question was fun for me because while I won't admit to having skipped class, nor will I say I agree or disagree with the practice, I can say I understand. Many of you suggested the typical places that I can remember my classmates visiting, places such as the nurse's office, shout out to Nurse Bridgewater, and the library, shout out to Miss Taylor. However, one particular response suggested the ELC bathrooms, which in my opinion is one of the most brilliant ideas ever. I mean, who would think to look there? But these aren't the only things that your class has made decisions on. There's also the question of how do you define success? And while some of you describe successes as good grades or anything you're proud of, or even just achieving your goals, all of you have agreed that success is decided on your own terms. And essentially, what I'm asking you to do is just that. I believe that we all have an assignment in life. It is the thing that we're most passionate about. It is our purpose. Identifying, acknowledging, and honoring this purpose is perhaps the most important action successful people take. And while many of us have already begun to explore our purposes, such as Raphael and Raquela, who believe that their passion lies in medicine, or Ebony, who intends on being a luxury marketing exec, there may be others that have yet to fully realize their purpose. For those on the pursuit of purpose, here's my advice. Pursuing your purpose requires great focus and intentionality. How we choose to approach this is consequential to our success. So my first tip is to be thoughtful and deliberate in your decision making, rather than impulsive and reactive. Find mentors that can help to guide you on your path to your goals. Learn from their valuable experiences, as therein lies valuable lessons of life. My second tip is to liberate yourself from distractions. Distractions are anything that moves you in a direction opposite of your goals or purpose. This includes the negative opinions of others. The toxic opinions of others can negatively influence our potential. Many people will have opinions about your purpose. However, that decision relies solely upon you. Remind yourself that your dreams are not bound to their opinions. Furthermore, be careful when comparing yourself to others. We all can compare ourselves to others in our social worlds. These comparisons, however, influence the views we may hold of ourselves. As an international school, we're privileged to be exposed to people from many different backgrounds of race, color, ethnicity, beliefs, and even socioeconomic status. This exposure, when viewed with the right lens, allows us to acknowledge, learn from, and embrace one another. We can use this exposure to build capacity and widen our worldview, and even challenge our existing biases. So, consider how much or how such comparisons might influence your self-belief, confidence, motivation, and attitude. And watch out for negative feelings that might emerge as a result of this process. Tip number 3, be careful of ruminating on negative thoughts. Rumination can be very influential on our journey to finding and fulfilling our purpose. It is the mulling over of those negative thoughts about the past experiences that we've had, such as bad grades or a negative exchange with a teacher. Those small thoughts, when left untreated, develop bitterness that can ultimately cloud our outlook on our lives and even lessen our self-worth. I think Paul said it best in his letter to the people of Philippi. I focus on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead. Here Paul argues not to dwell on our past, but rather to focus on our future. Your experiences have helped to shape you into the persons that you are today. And that required intentionality. Some of you were challenged with being in a new and foreign space, but now graduate with a greater cultural awareness and respect. Others were challenged by the overly demanding workload of the IGCSEs, but can now confidently say you've overcome. Some of you have had a personal battle with self-worth, being overwhelmed while attempting to carry on the legacy of familial success or representing the hopes and dreams of a community that believes in you and even made personal sacrifices on your behalf. Despite such challenges, you all pulled through and now serve as shining examples to the many that will follow after you. The point I'm making can be summarized by the following quotes. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. And where there is no struggle, there is no progress. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Frederick Douglass both equally understood that struggle and challenge were necessary for growth, and also believed that our response to adversity was a true measure of success. In the face of adversity, your class has clearly demonstrated unity and resilience. These are the skills that Bahamas needs from you. We need new leaders who are passionate about making change and that lead with wisdom and conviction. Leaders who can re-envision the future of the Bahamas, a future that is innovative, resilient, and one that provides equal opportunity for every citizen. All of us are looking to you to be those kinds of leaders. So with that, I make my last point. After you've found your purpose and developed your gifts, share it. Share your stories, your talents, and skills with the world. Share them with a sense of pride and a heart of gratitude. My favorite quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was taught to me by my 12th grade English teacher, Ms. Bazid. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? It is a daily reminder that we must use our purpose to help others. So I ask you, class of 2020, what ways will you change the world and make it better for all mankind? Again, congratulations to the class of 2020. You did it.
Thank you, Mr. Mariner. I would now like to invite Mr. Ben Foley, Director of Academics and our IB Coordinator, to offer his remarks.
Hello, Grade 11s. It is my honour to address you at your graduation, and I would just say that this graduation speech from me comes with a little help from a certain UWA alumnus. The world is changing quicker than we could possibly have imagined when you started your studies here at St Andrews, and now you're at the cusp of a new beginning. For the vast majority, this means the next, more intense stage of your IB studies. Grade 12 is a true test of your academic ability, with assessments coming thick and fast. Before you know it, you'll be preparing for mocks, completing TOK tasks, and knee-deep in essays and unit tests, and then the final exams will loom. For those of you leaving us at this juncture, you have a St Andrews diploma, SAT scores, and a keen sense of direction. You are heading for pastures new, and we wish you all the best in your endeavours. Learning remotely, caring remotely, and connecting remotely are all aspects of our students' new skills developed over the past months in this brave new world. Self-discipline and a renewed sense of personal responsibility are qualities that I hope you, our graduates, will take with you to the next stage. And now we come to the age-old tradition of imparting advice. I'm sure by now you have been the recipients of many wise words from family, other and older students, and perhaps even teachers themselves. And so, for this part, I thought I would use the message of a member of a group of well-respected intellectual figures, well known for speaking truth to power, comedians. And so I present to you Australia's very own favourite comedian, Tim Minchin, and his 9 rules to live by. Number 1, you don't have to have a dream, Be micro-ambitious and see what happens as you pursue short-term goals. Daily to-do lists are a godsend. Number 2, rather than chasing happiness for yourself, keep busy and aim to make someone else happy. CAS qualities at their most fundamental. Number 3, remember that we are lucky to be here and that most of us, especially those of us with a private education, or those actively seeking to educate themselves to a similar degree, will achieve a level of wealth that most humans throughout history could never have dreamed of. Exercise, number 4. Among other things, it helps combat depression. This affects many of you. Number 5, identify your biases, prejudices, and privileges. Do not exempt your own beliefs and opinions from intellectual rigor. Be prepared to change your opinion, if persuaded by well-presented, morally and intellectually compelling arguments. Be a teacher. This is number 6. Swell the ranks of this noble profession. Teachers are powerful and can change lives. Look to your own teachers. Miss Gator, Miss Anderson, Miss Stewart and Miss Gomez. Imagine yourselves having such an influence on the next generation. It is an honourable profession, indeed. One that, along with other professions, medicine and other services, we are all appreciating way more than lawyers and CEOs, especially during this time. Number 7, define yourself by what you love rather than what you despise, and lavish praise on the people and things that move you. Be positive. Find your everyday heroes and align yourselves with them. Number 8, respect those with less power than yourself and be wary of those who do not. So important. Don't be one of those people who hardly notice those who pick up after them and enable their lifestyles. Spare a thought for those whose lives have not been so fortunate and pour scorn on those who have no respect for them. Finally, don't be in a rush to succeed. It might come at a cost. Lockdown has caused us all to pause and recognise or even cherish the important things in life. Family, relationships, helping other people. Things or ways of living, not necessarily termed successful living or a successful career. And so, live well, live generously, and live by one simple rule: be kind.
I would now like to invite Mr. Ben Foley to present the class of 2020.
Malik Adams, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Rexy Badong, graduating with honours and staying with us to study for the IB. Alexander Baxter, graduating with honours and staying with us to study for the IB. Brianne Benaby, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Madison Benaby, graduating with honours, leaving us for the University of the Bahamas. Raphael Brennan, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Summer Burrows, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Emily Campbell, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Laura Carroll, graduating with house colours and leaving us for the University of Mississippi. Savannah Chaitin, graduating with house colours and leaving us for Kennesaw State University. Cheyenne Davis, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Ricolette Dawkins, graduating with house colours and leaving us to study at Missouri Baptist University. Lauren de Gregory, graduating with house colours and leaving us for a gap year. Tanisha Evans, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Destiny Forbes, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Lewis Frendo, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Alexander Gomez, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Molly Gordon McIntosh, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Jackson Hood, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Teddy Kalergis, graduating with honours and house colours and leaving us to commence a postgraduate year. Raquela Knowles, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Ivan Lower, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Aidan Lowe, graduating with honours and house colours and leaving us for Florida International University. Ebony McKay, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Anya McPhail, graduating with honours and house colours and leaving us for Oklahoma Baptist University. Brene Minnis, graduating with honours and house colours and leaving us for the University of California, Davis. Dylan Mitchell, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Aidan Notafrancesco, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Kathleen O'Brien, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Nori Proverbs, graduating with house colours, staying with us to study for the IB. Aidan Marie Raming, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Nicole Ratcliffe, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Matthew Robinson, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Nathan Stans, graduating with honours, house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Lauren Sims, graduating with honours, house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Rain Smith, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Dylan Stafford, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Robert Stevenson III, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Mark Anthony Thompson, graduating with honours and house colours and leaving us for the University of Kentucky. Alexis Wells, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Jonathan Williams, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Gerald Williams Bartlett, graduating with house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Jamie Wong, graduating with honours and house colours and staying with us to study for the IB. Nicole Wong, graduating with honours, house colours and leaving us for the University of Central Florida.
We will now start this evening's presentations with the subject prizes. These prizes are awarded to students who demonstrate the highest level of academic achievement in grade 11 in that subject.
The subject prize for Spanish goes to Molly Gordon McIntosh. The prize for Visual Arts to Jamie Wong. The subject prize for Theory of Knowledge goes to Raphael Brennan. The subject prize for Physical Education goes to Matthew Robinson. Ebony Mackey collects this year's prizes for Environmental Systems and Societies and Theatre Arts. Dylan Mitchell for Business Management and Biology. Kathleen O'Brien for both French and History. Anya McPhail wins the prizes for Geography and Physical Education. Alexander Baxter wins prizes for Language and Literature, for Chemistry, for Physics and for Mathematics.
We will now present this evening's special awards.
The Judy Mora Memorial Prize. In memory of Judy Mora, a former student of St Andrews who tragically died some years ago in a car accident. It is presented to a graduating student for outstanding effort and making a major contribution to the life of the school. This year's recipient is Laura Carroll. The ECO Award is awarded at the end of each year to a graduating student who has shown outstanding leadership in the care and protection of the environment. The award shows dedication and commitment to both the environment at school and the greater community. The ECO Award goes to Matthew Robinson. The Michael Pintard Award is awarded by the English Department to a student in the graduating class for their outstanding creative writing and literary pieces. It is in recognition of Mr. Pintard, from whom we derive the St Andrews motto of ethics and excellence. This year's recipient is Dylan Mitchell. The Hammond Essay Prize is awarded by the English Department to a graduating student who has consistently presented well-organised essays of high quality and originality and demonstrated an excellent command of the English language. The winner of this year's Hammond Essay Prize is Nicole Wong. The Rhode Island School of Art and Design Award is presented annually to an outstanding graduating student in visual arts at the discretion of the art department. This year's winner is Jamie Wong. The Distinguished Performing Artist Award is presented to one male and one female student who have made an outstanding contribution of talent, dedication and service to the development of the performing arts programme at St Andrews School. This year's male recipient is Alexander Gomez. This year's female recipient is Summer Burrows. The Hurricanes Award is awarded by the Athletics Director in the Physical Education Department and is presented to one male and one female student who has made the greatest overall contribution to the extracurricular sporting programme. This year's male recipient is Jackson Hood. Our female recipient is Nicole Wong. The CIS Award for International Understanding is awarded to a student who is a good representative of his or her own country, with a positive attitude toward the life and culture of others, that is able to converse in at least 2 languages, and who is a contributing force in the life of the school, with the ability to bring differing people together in a sense of community, thus furthering the cause of international understanding. Our recipient this year is Louis Frendo. The Principals Award is presented at graduation by the principal to recognise one graduating student who has displayed a consistent long-term commitment to upholding the St Andrews School traditions of scholarship, behaviour, participation and endeavour. This year's winner of the Principals Award is Anya McPhail. The Valedictorian Award is given to the student with the highest cumulative GPA in grades 9, 10 and 11. This year's valedictorian is Alexander Baxter.
Students of the class of 2020, please stand as Mr. Brad Smith, Chairman of the St Andrews International School Board of Directors, comes forward to officially graduate you.
Class of 2020, it is my official duty and pleasure, by virtue of the authority vested in me as Chairman of the Board of Directors, to declare you graduates of St. Andrews International School. Please move your tassels from left to right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you the St. Andrews International School graduating class of 2020.
Close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. See, I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. We may be right, we may be wrong, but I wanna bring you along to the world I see, to the world we close our eyes to see. We close our eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there, ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on, 'cause there's always gonna be another mountain. you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. As we go on, we remember all the times we and the memories had together bring back you. And as our lives change, come whatever, we will still be friends forever. There are places.
In recent years, the lighting of candles at the end of the graduation ceremony has become a tradition that has come to signify the passing on of the St Andrews hurricane spirit from the current graduating class on to future graduates.
Some have gone and some remain, though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life I loved you more. It's been a long day without you, my friends, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. When I see you again. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in life. They always say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation. They never had the dedication. People hate and say we changed our look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. We hope you have the time of your life.
I'd like to close by offering our graduates a piece of advice that I was offered at high school by an army colonel who had come to visit and address the class. He told us that life is like a hurdle race. You know the goal, and you know that there will be obstacles in your path. The most successful people expect those obstacles, and they spend time considering the best way to navigate them to make sure they still get to where they want to go. So here's the advice the colonel gave to us. There are different ways to clear those hurdles, those obstacles. You can sail right over them, full of grace, never letting anyone see there was ever a problem. You can sneak round the side of them and hope no one notices. Or thirdly, you can smash right through the middle of them. All that matters is that whenever, whatever, whoever those obstacles are, you never let them stop you from getting what you want. Our head girl, Anya McPhail, and our head boy, Mark Anthony Thompson, will now bring the vote of thanks.
We'd like to thank our guest speaker for your wonderful words of inspiration and for taking the time to be here with us.
Yes, and we also like to thank the chairman of the board, Mr. Smith, and the board members for their leadership, their vision, and their direction, and for everything they've done for the school and for us.
We'd like to thank the principal for his leadership, vision, and direction this academic year. We'd also like to thank you for your exceptional leadership during this challenging time. Thank you for helping the students and teachers adapt to online learning so that we can continue to learn and grow.
Yes, and we'd also like to thank Mr. Foley for his continued support throughout the whole academic year. And for teachers, we'd like to thank all of the teachers and other faculty members for their continued guidance and mentorship throughout these years. And I'd like to thank Ms. Gator for always pushing us individually, all the rowing and all the jokes, and for being hard on us when we needed it, and then pushing me to be better before and really getting me to love business. and Ms. Thompson for being my homeroom teacher since she came to the school, as well as my English teacher, and then of course Ms. Gomez for being my homeroom teacher this year. Both of them are wonderful teachers, and I'm thankful for them as well as everyone else. I'd also want to mention Nurse Bridgewater. She's been there for us from we were little children, always taking care of everybody, and as well as other healthcare workers being on the front line, putting themselves at risk for the safety of others. And then personally, Nursey, she's seen me a lot over the years, and she's being too kind, and I'll always remember that.
I'd like to thank Ms. Anderson, who was my homeroom teacher and my English teacher. She challenged me in the classroom to try my best in everything that I do. She's given me an appreciation of literature inside and out of the classroom. We will truly miss all of your advice and support. I'd also like to thank Ms. Carey. Ms. Carey had a genuine care for all of her students. Even if we were having a bad day, Ms. Carey would find a way to support us the best way that she could. I'd also like to thank Ms. Grinling. Ms. Grinling was a teacher you could truly bring all of your problems to. She had an answer for all of your issues and put a smile on your face. On a whole, we'd like to thank every one of our teachers from ELC, primary, secondary. For each one of you had a positive impact on us as students. You've helped us grow not only in our learning, but also in character, and we will forever be thankful for your mentorship. We'd also like to thank our parents and guardians who supported us and encouraged us to do our best. Thanks for making those sacrifices, your love and support, and so much more. Thanks for holding our hand on the first days of school and packing our lunches.
Yes, and we'll always remember the things that we've done to make this possible. Also, thank you for being our parents. It's not an easy job, but we want you to continue doing what you do. We know that you can continue to do what you do because you love us.
And to our classmates, it's amazing to think that we did this thing. We made it. It's definitely been a tough year, but we're a pretty funky fresh group, and we wouldn't have done it any other way.
Yes, of course. And we wish everyone continued success, and to remember that nothing is given to you in life. You have to work hard and work harder than the day before, because true hard work and persistence will get you where you need to be. And I want to leave you with this quote by Jim Rohn, who was a successful entrepreneur. He said, "Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better." Thank you.
On behalf of the administration and faculty of St Andrews International School, I would like to thank you all for tuning in and attending this evening. Parents and guardians, you should be very proud of your children. We certainly are. We'll now leave you with some special memories. Good evening, everyone.
Can't read my mind, I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. Yeah. Tradition. Sometimes my tries are outside the line. We've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where
Congratulations, class of 2020. You've done it. Now go out there and enjoy it. All the very best wishes for your future endeavors.
Hi, this is Tiffany from the class of 2000, wishing the class of 2020 all the best. And if you guys got through this year, I'm sure you can get through any of life's challenges.
Congratulations to the graduates of the 2020 class. My name's Celine, and I went to St. Andrews. I was in the graduating class of 2000. I went to Savannah College of Art and Design for fashion design and then lived and worked in New York for 7 years before moving back to Nassau 8 years ago, where I'm an interior designer. I have two pieces of advice that have always served me well. And one is that you don't always have to be the smartest or the best at everything, but you should just try the hardest and care the most, and that'll really serve you well. The other one is that you should always be humble enough to ask for advice. If you don't know the answer or you don't know how to do something, just ask somebody, and you'll learn a lot faster and get to move on to the next thing.
Hi, congratulations class of 2020. My name is Ellen Kisapeda and I'm from the graduating class of 2000, St. Andrews. And I want to say congratulations on your graduation. That's a huge step, a big accomplishment, amazing work. So great job for making it, to this point. And I know this last few weeks or months have been a little bit rough. So making it here, I'm sure, is even more of an accomplishment. And I want to leave you with two pieces of advice that I have after being out here, in the real world for a few years. The first one is to remember to always stay positive, no matter what life throws at you. Remembering that tomorrow is always a new day. Waking up, you have a new opportunity, a new chance to do things differently. Try again. And, remembering that tomorrow always brings a new opportunity has always been helpful for me. And the second thing is that I would urge you, even at this early stage, to begin to look at, what it is that you really want to be doing, what it is that you feel your great work will be in the world and moving in that direction. So really taking note of the things that come easily to you, your specific talents, the things that you as an individual bring to the world, and, taking note of those and taking those into consideration when you choose your career path. So those are my two pieces of advice, and I'll leave you with a quote by one of my favorite authors, Paulo Coelho, and it says, "When you want something, all the universe conspires to help you achieve it." So figure out what it is that you really want to do, and the universe will conspire with you. So congratulations again, guys.
Hi, my name is Glenn Minnis. I live in Burlington, Ontario in Canada. I am in the insurance industry, and I went to University of Western Ontario, and I graduated in the year 2000. If I had to say something to you, graduates of 2020, I would say focus on wisdom. Focus on wisdom and developing your character. It should be a conscious effort, and it's going to pay dividends down the road. Things like humility, integrity, and self-discipline. Especially for you young men, self-discipline is something that it doesn't come naturally to a lot of us. So we've got to focus on that and develop that character. And I think those are the things that companies look for when they hire and when they promote. It's not just intelligence, it's character. And in fact, character is probably more important than intelligence based on my experience. Something practical I would have said coming out of high school, I wish I would have worked for a year prior to going to 4 years of university. It would have given me a better sense as to what to expect and also as to what I wanted to do. in university for my 4 years. So that's what I would say. Think about that. Challenge the status quo. Don't be afraid to ask and consult with others and get their opinions. And the path set by society isn't always the one that's right for you. So think about that, take the time, be intentional, and I hope all the best for you. All right, take care.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I am so happy and so proud of you guys. I know it feels like an extraordinary accomplishment to be done with high school. My name is Inga Carey. I was a prefect and I graduated in the class of 2000. And the past 20 years have been an extraordinary journey. My advice to you guys is to pay attention to what it is you excelled in and love to study in high school, and make sure incorporate that in your career path. I studied economics and Spanish in high school, went on to study economics and Spanish at the undergraduate level, and built a career in the economic sector. So, do the introspection and be very intentional about who it is you want to be and what it is you want to study. And you guys are going to do great. Congratulations again. Take care.
Hi, my name is Tavana Chandler, and I'm from the graduating class of 2000. Congratulations, guys. You finally did it. And now you get to join the rest of us hurricanes out here in the real world. I'm going to tell you a funny story. At the end of 1999, one of the greatest fears in the world was that the world was going to come to a screeching halt and all the systems were going to crash as the year 2000 rolled in. That didn't happen. Fast forward us now to 2020 and look where we're at. Nobody anticipated this happening. I said all that to say that the best piece of advice I could give to you now as you're leaving St. Andrews is to always remain flexible. We never know what it is that life is going to throw at us around the next corner. So, from my graduating class, the class of 2000, to you guys, now the graduating class of 2020, we say congratulations and best of luck. Although we already know you guys are going to do a great job out there because somebody made the smart decision to send you guys to St. Andrews. Go Hurricanes, you did it.
Hi, St. Andrews class of 2020. It's Tim Smith here from the class of 2010. We all understand that these are not the circumstances that you would have expected for your graduation, but you all have a lot to be proud of. This is a pivotal moment in your lives and the beginning of a new journey. You all have a lot to look forward to entering a new chapter of your lives. I would have liked to have been there to congratulate you all in person. However, on behalf of myself and the class of 2010, I would like to congratulate you all on graduating and making it this far. I am very proud to now consider you all fellow alumni, and I wish you all good luck in all of your future endeavors.
Congratulations and well wishes to the class of 2020 on this milestone. It's hard to believe that 10 years ago I was in the same boat as you, graduating from St. Andrews. You have every right to be excited and every right to be proud. Graduating in the middle of a pandemic is definitely a story that will not get old. I want to give a special shout out to all the Arawaks who are graduating today. So Nathan, Rexy, Bobby, Alexander, Raphael, Matthew, Laura, Lauren, Madison, Dylan, and Destiny. I know that many of you will be returning next year for grade 12, but for those who are leaving, I wish you all the best. On behalf of the graduation class of 2010, we say congratulations.
You might win it. It's like 25 the lives that you bust out of prison. Something's in the air, something's in the air. It's like that feeling when you're just about to kill it. Take your last shot, you know you're gonna hit it. Something's in the air, something's in the air. Whoa. Something big, I feel it happening out of my control. Pushing, pulling, and it's grabbing me. Feel it in my bones like, oh, whoa. about to win the medal. And you worked so hard that you knew you wouldn't settle. Hands are in the air, hands are in the air. When they hear you when you thought they wouldn't listen, it's like an anthem that the whole world's singing. Hands are in the air, hands are in the air. Whoa. Something big, I feel it happening out in my control. Pushing, pulling, and it's grabbing me. Feel it in my bones like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Something big, I feel it happening. Oh, whoa. The ground will shake. If we clap our hands, the walls will break. Yo, so loud, won't forget our names. Cause something big is happening. Take this spark and start a fire. Raise this up, we're feeling high. They can't tell us anything. Something big is happening. Something big, I feel it happening out in my control. Pushing, pulling, and it's grabbing me. Feel it in my bones.